Hey friends, this is not a snow day. Happy Earth Day. It is the 22nd of April. 40 days of quarantine. 40 days, 40 nights. It's biblical. This is pretty unprecedented. And I'm coming with you today on this Wednesday, Earth Day. I gotta shout this out. This is a Star Wars meets Earth Day t-shirt. I'm just gonna, you see how it's like all Earth Day stuff? This was given to me by Sammy, one of my students, in 2007. This is a shirt that I have not just reused, but reused. So I hope you're having a good Earth Day. I have some ideas for us today, some things to do. But before I move on to that, I want to let you know about two things I just saw. Here in the Metro Detroit area, the Detroit Free Press, freak.com, is sponsoring a film festival that they were going to have, and they were unable to because of our new reality. So they are offering it online. And it's fascinating, fantastic stuff. I saw this amazing one called Palliative, which happened to feature Dr. Nadia Tremonti, who I have known for a long time. And then the other one was one called Today Was a Good Day. And it was about caretakers of parents with dementia. And both of these heavy, powerful, beautiful documentaries talked about the taxing role of being a caretaker and the realities of caring for others and the toll that takes, and sometimes the loss of self that happens in that. And I just really thought that those were powerful things. So the two ideas I wanted to pass on to you guys and gals and everyone in between is to take care of yourself so that you can take care of others, and try not to lose yourself in this time. And that there's probably also some really cool documentaries or films or things that you wouldn't normally find yourself plugging into, but it might be a really cool opportunity to do this. And they were great films, and I really appreciated seeing them. And then one of the curators of the Free is also a former student of mine, and that brought me such great joy. So it was such a great connection. So if you get out of your usual, I didn't check into the couple shows I'm binging right now, instead watch something different that was available because of this. I got to see these amazing things. So there's some joy there. There's some upside, some really cool things that happen there. So I want to share that with you and encourage you to look to try something different, try something new, and see what comes of it. The new thing I would love to direct you towards is the opportunity to issue some challenges. Now, I don't want you to think that I am sending you mixed messages. I'm not saying to do this on Monday, do this on Tuesday. I'm not that smart. I do not have all the answers. But I do want to continue to put some things out there for you. So I want to issue you some challenges. I saw this great meme that said we should have called this the 2020 Stay-at-Home Challenge, and everybody would love it. And because that's the kind of stuff we get excited about. Well, there's something about competition. There's also connection there. And so I would like to challenge you, to issue a challenge to some people in your life who are not in your physical space. And see if you can, through that challenge, through that competition, come together. And I've seen some amazing versions of this that I want to share. Online right now, making the rounds, is the neighborhood flash mob, where each family stood on their driveway and the camera went around the cul-de-sac, and they all did a little part of a flash mob dance. And it is, I couldn't stop smiling. I smile thinking about it, because how fun that was to plan. One group had a puppet show, and one group did a little choreographed dance, and it was just adorable. And so if you could challenge your neighbors to do something safe, social distancing, and at the same time connecting around it. My wife is a 5th grade teacher. I've mentioned that before. And 3 of her students, who are neighbors, they live across the street next to each other, the 3 kids challenged the other ones to learn some songs. They each picked some songs. And then Saturday night at 6 o'clock, they had a concert where, even though they hadn't practiced together, the 3 of them stood there, and the audience gathered in the middle on the street, and they listened to the kids play these amazing songs. And how cool is that? Like, it would never happen. It would never happen. So what could you do? So you could challenge another family here on Earth Day to make something out of the items they normally recycle. What would you make? A castle, a map of your town, a spaceship, an airplane, a portrait, There's an infinite amount of things that you could do simply by reusing the things you were going to recycle. Stuff in the house, no need to shop. Give it a week, present them, maybe on film. You could do a trivia challenge. Research some family stories of trivia. Send that email out. I mentioned before that my father did a riddle challenge and sent it to the grandkids, and then they came back in a second challenge because the kids answered so fast. They had to work collaboratively. So my nieces and nephews were FaceTiming my students. My students, my kid. Well, it's a little blurry now, isn't it? It's a little blurry now. My kids. You could challenge a friend to lip sync something. You could challenge somebody to tell a funny story that we could all tune in on. There's lots of fun challenges. And what we've learned in the last 10 years about some of the social gyms, I'm talking about CrossFit, I'm talking about Orange Theory, talking about the popularity of yoga communities that practice together and make it more community, not just a drop-in class. Even the Peloton community. I don't have a solarium or a wine cellar over a peaked mountain, so I don't have anywhere to put my Peloton that's scenic enough if I had one. So, JK, a little Peloton humor there. People like coming together. People like posting those results. People like being in the Biggest Loser challenge or the Biggest Gainer challenge. So there's a lot of possible connection in challenge. So I want to encourage you to throw down the gauntlet to somebody in your community who you're not living with and challenge you to do that. And here's something that I took from that caretaker thing. And I'm going to bring this up more. It's an idea that I really like, which is so often we are living through or vicariously with our kids or through our kids that we kind of forget ourselves a little bit and we lose track of our own identity. So I am challenging all of you that if you do this challenge, you do it too. Don't just have the kids do it. If you're doing a picture painting project, paint a picture. This goes back to modeling in my early examples. You do the dance too. Don't just be the camera person. Build a tripod and get in there and be part of this challenge. Live it up and connect and be a human being because that's modeling and it's good for you. So I hope you had a happy Earth Day. The Earth is the one thing we all have in common. And so any observation or conversation is important. I challenge you to continue to be a caregiver and not lose sight of yourself in all of this. I also challenge you to subscribe right down below, turn on the notifications, like the video, and share this. If this is something that you think is interesting, or if you want to use this video to accompany your challenge, when you send someone like, hey, I'm watching this YouTube series and this bald guy, fake hipster lumberjack, he challenges, I want to show you the video, and then you'll understand why I'm challenging you to the great recycling bake-off. They'll know where it all came from. Wherever you're coming from, I hope that you're well, I hope that you're healthy, and I appreciate you spending time here. Also in the comments, anything you want to hear about, want to see, or want me to readdress, follow up on, t-shirt suggestions, I'm here for it. And I appreciate you being here with me. This is not a snow day. This is our new life, so let's make it a great one. Talk to you soon.